Hello, Al pals. This is Big Al. Welcome to Big Al Presents a two for one, two reviews in one video. First film, Beast, starring Idris Elba, and the second film is the Netflix buddy comedy Me Time, starring Kevin Hart and Mark Wahlberg. That being said, before I go any further, though, caution: there may be some spoilers ahead. Just in case you don't want to know anything about these movies, now might be the time to stop and come back later after you've seen them to see if you agree with what I think. That being said, on to my thoughts. Beast with Idris Elba is a marketing dream, I think. You really only need to say the phrase Idris Elba versus a lion. And I think that right there might draw in a lot of people because who really wouldn't want to see Idris Elba take on a lion? I know I did. That's what brought me into the film, and I will say I enjoyed it because of that. Idris Elba plays Dr. Nate Samuels, who is a widow. He has two daughters. His former wife has just passed away. He and his daughters have a kind of a contentious relationship because of the relationship with his former wife and her illness. But they are trying to mend fences. They have gone to Africa to meet their friend Martin, who had introduced him to his wife back in college, to kind of become familiar with where their mother came from. And then they run into a rogue lion. And that's pretty much the thrust of your film right there. I will say that I think the marketing kind of got a few things wrong with this film. They wanted to make it almost seem like Idris Elba is this almost super heroic kind of figure, like you may be used to seeing him taking on this lion. I think there's even one quick scene where they show him punching a lion in the face. Does he do that? Yeah, but it's a desperation. He is really an everyman who is simply trying to protect his family and his friend from a rogue lion. The performances in this film, I think, are really good. Idris Elba, I think, plays the part wonderfully. The two actresses who play his daughter, Iana Haley and Leah Sava Jeffries, do a magnificent job. Um, the relationship uh, between the daughters, and the father, I think, are very well played out. There's some genuine resentment there because of what had happened uh, with their mother. Their friend Martin, who is played by Charlton Copley, who some may know from District 9, uh, is an anti-poacher. There was a B story with a group of poachers that have killed a pride of lions, and that's why this rogue lion has gone um, crazy and is just killing any human it comes across. And when they're out kind of looking around, they run into a village that has been decimated by this lion, and the rest of the film is them trying to survive. And it is some really good, solid action. The pacing is great. The cinematography, I think, is really wonderful. There's some beautiful shots in this film. Like I said, acting is top notch, but the CGI lion really had some issues with him. It's not terrible, but it kind of does. It did take me out of the film a little bit. Uh, but overall, just a good, solid man versus nature kind of film. If you like a film like Jaws, or any film where a crocodile or an alligator is going after people, or a bear. It's that kind of a film. Is your in your wheelhouse? Definitely check this film out. I think it is a solid and entertaining film. I enjoyed it greatly. Like I said, the CGI kind of, I think, hurt it for me a little bit, but it is a solid 3-star film. I do recommend it. Good popcorn movie. Does keep you on the edge of your seat and doesn't really let up that much. And I really appreciated that about it. Now, on to the next film, Me Time with Kevin Hart and Mark Wahlberg. I like a buddy comedy. I like Kevin Hart a lot. I like Mark Wahlberg a lot. This film, eh, meh, eh. However, I don't know how to spell that, but that's kind of my feelings on this film. It's not a bad film by any means, but it is very, very middle of the road. Uh, I will say I like Kevin Hart, and in this film he plays a very kind of a likable guy at the beginning. He is I do say that because he kind of goes off the rails a little bit a few times. He plays a man named Sonny Fisher, who is a stay-at-home dad. He takes care of his kids while his wife, who is an architect, kind of brings home the bacon. Uh, he had a friend when he was younger who loved to do adventurous uh, activities, especially on his birthday. He always went overboard on the birthdays, jumping off of cliffs and out of planes and running from bulls. He's that kind of a guy. But when Sonny got his family together, he kind of stayed away from Huck because it just got a bit much for him. He just terrified him every time they got together. But it is Huck's birthday, and Sonny's feeling a little mundane. So his wife suggests call your buddy, celebrate his birthday, enjoy yourself, have an adventure. She'll take the kids, and they're going to go visit her parents, and he'll have his adventure. And yeah, then he has his adventure. There's some good bits in this. There's some uh, parts that just kind of flat, don't really hit the mark with me. I do like the performances. Kevin Hart, I think, is always to me gives a solid performance. I think he's just a very likable guy. His character in this is likable, but like I said, later in the film, a few things that kind of run in his mind. He does some stupid things that kind of you can't really get too far on his side. You really can't be on his side with, but he tries. I think Mark Wahlberg, he's in the film. He's fine. It's nothing. He doesn't do anything wrong, but he doesn't really stand out in my opinion. Regina Hall plays Sonny's wife. I think her and Kevin Hart have a very good chemistry as a married couple in this film. Uh, there's a lot of really cool actors in the film. Jimmy O Yang, John Amos, Anna Maria Horsford. Some people may know from some sitcom work back in the 80s. Uh, a good cast, just it doesn't so much have a story as it does a lot of different scenes that are kind of interlinked by the characters. Uh, very stupid situations, crazy events, just odd. Like I said, there's just no real story to it. It's funny, about half the time, maybe a little more than half, but Kevin Hart does make it uh, enjoyable for the most part. He is he can make average funny a lot more funny, but not so much funny. He can almost get it there, but not quite. I will say, Me Time, very middle of the road movie. It's the kind of film, if you don't have anything else to watch, or you're a real big fan of these actors, it may be worth checking out, but it is very middle of the road. I wasn't quite sure where I was going to go with my rating. I eventually went 2.5. That extra half for me comes because I like Kevin Hart. I think he brought a few bad gags into decent gags, and there's tortoises in the film. I love a tortoise. I really do. Hey, I'm from Maryland. We love our terrapins and turtles and tortoises here. I know that's weird, but hey, it's my rating. That's what I give it. 2.5. If, like I said, if there's nothing else on, or you're a big fan of Kevin Hart, if you're just looking for a mindless comedy, that's definitely might be watchable for you. But that's about it. It's really a 2-star film that has a half a star of bonuses in my book. I know it's weird to say, but it's, hey, my channel, my rating. So yeah, 2.5 stars for Me Time. Well, that's all I really have to say about those two films. I hope you enjoyed my thoughts on it. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, Big Al Presents, I hope you do so. More reviews, rewatches, and rambles in weeks and months to come. If you like the video, please give it a thumbs up and share it around with people who may be wondering if these two films are worth it. But whatever you do decide to watch, whether it is Beast or Me Time, I hope you enjoy it. That's what it's all about. Finding something to enjoy. Don't let anybody take your joy from you. If you want to watch it, watch it. That's what I have to say. Take care, everyone. Until next time, bye bye.